still very warm for a background, but that's just the way it is.
So do you see the picture in your mind's eye while you're doing it, or does it just kind of happen?
Oftentimes, I see it in my head before I ever start, and that's what makes me want to paint it. But this time, yeah, it's just coming to me as I'm working.
Oh, okay.
Here. Where did I have that palm tree? Oh, right there. Okay. So, sun's coming this way. That's the shadow side. And as you work with the soft body colors, you'll realize that it takes more paint because they don't have so much pigment in them. I just made a palm tree in the background. How about that? That's so cool. What do they call those happy accidents?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just green this up a little bit here. Trying to get the irregular shape of the landscape. And this is going to be the lighter side. I had another palm tree there. Ah, there it was. This side's going to be lighter still, and I want it warmer from the sun. Yellow, more yellow. That's green. Oh, didn't you know you have to talk to yourself? You have to talk to your painter. You have to.
Especially if nobody's asking you questions.
Especially if nobody's talking to me, I'm going to have to talk myself, yeah?
You can't see your drawing, but you can have some water in there.
Yeah, that'd be some water in the middle.
Water in the middle, okay.
Yeah, it's I figured it was kind of, yeah, okay, this is low country and marsh. Same old, same old. But it's definitely different than Maggie's was last week, or last month.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And it's, well, it's just something I can do quickly and show you a lot of different techniques and ways of doing things. Because I'm blending this whole time, and I want you to know that you can. Acrylics are not always stiff. They can be. Okay, I want that shadow to show up, so I have to some light in here. And I'll tell you, I'm really bad with, I have a tendency to use the same brush through the whole painting, so I don't switch brushes around much. And I don't really make that much of a mess on my palette either. I'm surprising myself here. Because I use the same colors, I just shift them a little bit. So I'm going back into the same puddle of paint, almost like you would do in a watercolor. Shifting it maybe to one tone or another, or lightening it up, but it helps me to be able to have some continuity with the colors in the painting. And you can see that was a lot lighter when I started putting it on, and it almost looks white, but it fades in because of the mixing of the soft body white with the heavy body. Which I'm not a heavy body, so swirl some more out. I have no idea how the time is going, so you'll just have to tell me to stop when you're ready.
Plenty of battery left. Keep going.
Okay. Because I do want my high contrast of the lights. Okay. So that basically is it. We're going to go back into, since we got some of this blue left from the sky, that's really blue. We're going to tone that down. On the shadow side.
Do you purposely make your water contrast from your sky, or do you work to make it the sort of the same tone?
Since I'm using the same colors, I don't see as much contrast. But I'm just kind of blocking it in here too, and trying to get the feeling of it moving around, and they'll be more directional once I get the palm trees in there. And I'm going to switch to a smaller brush to do that. Still going into basically the same colors I had, adding a little more sienna for dark and some of the Jenkins green, because that'll darken up, you know, use green to make your reds darker. So, let's see, we had a palm tree, there's a shadow, so we had a palm tree here. We got a big palm tree here. And that's part of the way I design it, is so that I can get the movement within the painting. Hopefully stay within the painting. We'll make it a little greener. Bring in some on the dark side. I don't know if I'm putting you folks to sleep or...
We are entranced.
Yeah, we're just enjoying it. We've been locked up for months. Talking to the walls.
Well, I would think that you'd be just talking up a storm.
We're just used to just sitting around.
You haven't been interrupted even once with a political ad.
Bravo to that.
Enough of that, right?
Now Christmas ads start.
Oh, yeah.
Better than politics.
Yeah, they're a little more cheerful, right?
I took a workshop with Tony Couch, watercolors, years ago. And he said, you really don't need to worry too much about the detail. As long as you get the outside shape. And I've always taken that to heart. And I love doing palm trees because they have that kind of shape. They may not look like a specific type of palm tree, but you always know it's a palm tree.